Guys, we don't have time for all of this, all right? We don't have time for the dilly-dallying. It is Monday. There's a lot of breaking news. Let us get to the biggest breaking news of the day. 12 p.m. Eastern, we find out that the newest edition, the latest addition to the MVP MMA Netflix card, again, May 16th, live on Netflix, no pay-per-view required, Intuit Dome, Inglewood, California. Of course, the one headlined by Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano, we already know. Francis Ngannou against Philippe Lins. It has been added. It is official. The return to mixed martial arts for the beloved and incomparable Nathan Diaz going up against Platinum Mike Perry, 170 pounds, 5-round fight. That is real. And it's not in bare knuckle, and it's not in boxing. It's in the discipline that we all want to see them compete in, and that's mixed martial arts. Nathan Diaz versus Mike Perry at 170 pounds has been added to this card on May 16th. And I would say this is 70 minutes old. I will say the response to be pretty damn great. Seems to be like a lot of people are saying, wow, this is fun, this is great. And of course, there's going to be the comparison to the White House card and to the UFC product as of late. That's fun, that's cool, you can do that all you want. But all of a sudden, you're staring at a card where it's Ronda versus Gina, it's Francis returning to MMA, and it's Nate versus Mike. Whenever they do that press conference, that first face-off, it's going to be, it's going to be bananas. It's going to be absolutely insane. Those two guys together have they've never been linked. We've heard them talk about each other. We've seen them circle each other. But quite frankly, we've never really seen them get even close to booked. To see them now actually booked is very exciting, I think, for a lot of people. Now, I know what you're probably thinking at home. Oh, you're working the card. You're biased. You're this. You're that. All right, so let me bring in the guys. Let me take the temperature of the room here. All right, PT's here. GC, Rick, as always. PT, let me go to you. First things first. Diaz, Perry, what do you say? Thoughts?
I think it's great. I think it's the best fight in the card immediately. I can't wait to see these two guys in there and add something to the card that it didn't have before. It's two relevant guys right now fighting each other. I know Diaz, obviously people will say he's a bit long in the tooth maybe, but he's an icon of this sport. He's a guy that everybody wants to see. Mike Perry has been completely rejuvenated through his outside the UFC activities. We know that the UFC probably want into the Nate Diaz business right now. For Netflix to take him, to get him signed to this card, it kind of adds something to that kind of battlefront we keep talking about. Dana against the boxing world, Netflix potentially being the person to take him on the MMA world. I think it adds so much to the card. I think a lot of people are looking this with Francis there against Lins and Ronda and Carano, and they were kind of saying, oh, well, Francis is an easy fight. Is Ronda, is Gina still relevant at this stage? I don't think you're going to get any real MMA fans saying they don't want to watch Mike Perry and Nate Diaz fight on this card. I think it's tremendous.
Mike Perry's last MMA fight, 2021, but as you said, been very, very busy in the world of bare knuckle. Obviously had the boxing match against Jake Paul, but the bare knuckle world has really rejuvenated his career. He's become the face of BKFC, and I understand this doesn't preclude him from fighting for them in the future. More on that in a moment. Nate Diaz, of course, his last fight was in 2022 as far as MMA is concerned. That fateful UFC 279 card where he was supposed to fight Khamzat misses weight. He beats Tony Ferguson on short notice. And of course, we've seen him in a couple of boxing matches since the Jake Paul fight and the Jorge Masvidal boxing match of a couple of years ago.